Alright, this is something I want to do for a long time. We have our special guests, Grandma and Grandpa Green. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Now, unfortunately, we're not immortal yet. So, yes, working on it. While they're still young and spry, I wanted to ask them some questions for posterity's sake to all remember. So, we'll start out with some easy questions. Like, what is your favorite color? Grandma, we'll start with you.
Aqua.
Aqua. Grandpa?
Green.
Nice. What are your favorite foods? Grandma? You like everything, don't you?
Liver.
Liver?
Onions. And mashed potatoes. And caramel sundaes.
Caramel sundaes, liver and onions, mashed potatoes.
Excuse me, I'm a cough.
My fault.
Are you doing that?
Yeah.
Man.
What do you like, Grandpa?
When you say foods, you said foods, plural.
Yeah. What are your favorite foods?
Well, number one, let's say is clam dip.
Clam dip?
I love clam dip. Passion.
I didn't know that.
I like. I would say next is roast beef.
Yeah.
Roast beef, and and Grandma's sweet raspberries.
Ooh, those are good.
Those are really nice.
I've had those many times. What are your favorite desserts?
I told you.
Oh, yeah.
Caramel sundaes.
Caramel sundaes are good. Grandpa?
Chocolate malt and apple pie a la mode.
Apple pie a la mode. What are your favorite snacks?
Say what?
Snacks.
Snacks?
Like snacky stuff.
Now, maybe clam dip's supposed to be in that category. I'm not sure.
That could be a snack, yeah.
Huh? Let's see if even comes close to that.
What about you, Grandma?
Mixed nuts.
Oh, mixed nuts. All right. Let's go to...
I would say you might should shift that clam dip over to snack, because it's usually okay.
Yeah, that's good. Let's go to the more important stuff. Where were you born?
Morgan, Utah.
Grandpa?
Honolulu, Hawaii.
Honolulu, Hawaii. That always cracks me up. I don't know why.
He used to tell the kids, his friends at school, that he used to live in a tree.
Yeah.
But they believed him.
Yeah.
Like Swiss Family Robinson. Who were your parents? What were their names?
Cecil Lawrence Ball and Merle. Merle by B. Fernandez.
Grandpa?
Marvin Clay Green Jr. and Irene Eleanor.
No, you're junior.
Huh? I'm senior.
He
I'm
was
junior.
Your father's name was
You went,
Your parents' names.
You're junior.
my parents. Do you want my parents?
Mm-hmm.
My parents are Marvin Clay Green Jr. No, junior. Marvin Clay Green.
Senior.
and Irene Eleanor Green.
Lomer.
Her maiden name Lomiller.
Lomer.
Loughmiller.
Let's see. What did they do for a living?
My dad worked in construction. He was later a contractor. He was mayor.
Mayor of?
San Carlos.
San Carlos.
My mother worked for my dad later on, but she was a stay-at-home mother for most of the years.
But she left out his most successful work was he owned a large cabin shop. He owned a large cabin shop that hired employed 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, about 20 men.
20? It was that big?
It was that big.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And your father?
What about you, Grandpa? What'd your dad do?
Oh, my dad was in the Army.
Yeah.
He was in the Army, but he also was a mechanic. And so his 2 longest periods of employment were the Army, from the time he was 15 until he was
15?
15.
He joined the Army when he was 15.
He joined, by his age, he joined the Army when he was 15 and a half. So he lived in North Carolina, and he hated it down there. He told he got his mother to lie for him about how old he was.
Yeah.
Well, the Army always thought he was 17 and a half, but he was only 15 and a half.
He's big.
Kid.
Yeah.
It's amazing. He ran with a rough crowd. He made a tough guy out of him.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was that, and then San Francisco Municipal. He was a mechanic for the San Francisco Railway, repairing buses for about 15 years.
I didn't know that either. Any interesting stories about either of them, or how they, let's see, how they met, accomplishments they had? Speaking of your parents still. You said your dad was mayor. That's pretty accomplished.
Right. They met in high school. She was in a play and was a geisha girl.
Oh, really? I know all about geishas.
And my mother was very good at shorthand, which is a lost art. And my dad played the trombone and won a state championship.
Really?
It's not championship, but anyway,
Yeah.
state
In the competition.
And
He was good at pool, wasn't he?
they left Utah and went to California, and my dad became very successful. It was during the Depression. He got a job as a carpenter, and he didn't know very much about carpentry.
Really?
He just told him he was a carpenter so he could get a job. And he learned the trade.
What do you think made him so successful?
What made him most successful?
Why do you think he became so successful? Was it personality, or just hard worker, or super smart? Or?
Well, he was very small in stature for a man, and it always drove him to accomplish more, to be as good as or better than. And he was very good in track, cross country.
Really? That's where I must get it from. I didn't know that.
And if I could add to that, he was an absolute excellent carpenter.
Yeah.
He was proud of his cabin work, and he was very good at it. And the idea about what made him successful, I think what made him successful was, when you say his ability to focus, his ability to focus, on one thing we were on, a goal or carpentry. Each one of those things that he was successful in, he got focused on, and he worked real hard in those areas until he got good at them, And I really admired him.
Nice. What about your parents? Any accomplishments or?
Well, there's something.
Champion boxer.
There's something about. I feel. Okay, let's go back. I tell you, he was in the army.
Mhm.
While in the army, he was a young kid. He joined a boxing team. He used to box. He used to box men.
Mhm.
A kid, and they called him Chili. This is true. My cousin told me all these. But he in Honolulu when he fought the all army championships, something like that.
Uh-huh.
Large groups of military army. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
They used to call him Killer Green.
Killer Green.
Yeah, that's a fact. He was. Why would it be Killer Green? But he was one of these fighters that used to come out fighting,
Mhm.
and he would come out fighting. I mean, he had a lot of knockouts, boy. He was tough in that respect.
And he was. Go ahead.
And that something else too is while he was in the army, those 18 years, 15 years, while he was in the army all those years, he became a I don't know for how long, probably a few years. He became a mess sergeant. He was in charge of the mess hall on base,
Mhm.
and he had commendations in his papers that he told us about. When he passed away, we got his military records, which we didn't even know existed until he died.
Mhm.
But in the military records, sure enough, here was all these commendations, which he never mentioned. He mentioned the fact that he ran a good mess hall, and he knew what men liked. You know?
Mhm.
Anyway, and he had commendations from large areas, it's like Pacific Fleet, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He had commendations for the military army, U.S. Army, for his commentaries. He's proud of it. It's funny he never talked about those. He just say I know how to fish. He said he would say I knew what men like.
Mhm.
And what can make them like contented bears,
Mhm.
You feed the right stuff, with plenty of it, and they're like, what's it, cream puffs. But he knew that, so he was accomplishes that.
That's awesome.
He was there when Pearl Harbor was born.
That's true.
He's a survivor.
Pearl Harbor survivor. We'll get into that a little bit later. Last thing about your parents. You mentioned he was boxing champion in the army, though.
Yeah, like he'd be the dad, The army teams, all the various bases, they have boxers.
Wow.
And in boxing competition, it was right up his alley. He was tough. He was really a tough man.
Yeah. How big was he?
Hmm?
How big was he?
He wasn't very big. He was 5'9".
Yeah.
Funny thing, he was 5'9" and about 145, 150 pounds when he left the army. And when he went in the army, he was 5'9", 150 pounds. As a kid, he was pretty good size.
Mhm.
But he just didn't grow. He just didn't grow. He stayed at 5'9". Well built.
Mhm.
Well built, strong.
Mhm.
Strong. We has a photo we found with him. I said the belly. Boy, look at that guy. Look at the belly he had, His arms, his shoulders. He was well built, man.
So, what are some important lessons that you learned from your parents? Last thing on them. What are some of the most important things you learned from them?
I think one thing really important was the, as I said a while ago about stick to it.
Stick-to-itiveness.
Stick to it, yes. Was important. Honesty.
Mhm.
Yeah. He was an honest person, And patriotic. He was a patriotic American boy, and
Education. Okay.
Education. They're pretty smart. In what way? Like just books or?
No, have an education so that you can support yourself. You know, a good job.
yeah. See, my dad only went to the 5th grade.
Really?
You know, he had a father. He had a father who was a bum. I mean,
Yeah.
by his description, he was a bum. He was a womanizer. He wanted my dad. When my dad was a kid, his mother, my dad's mother, had got to go away from the house because he was mistreated her. So he was trying to get a hold of some information to find out where she was. So he offered my dad, who was about the 5th grade at the time, he offered my dad a cigar. If my dad would tell him where his mother went. Yeah.
5th grade. Interesting.
So, but anyway, let me just say this. He was helpful to people, you know. Even what we knew, like, but he had a strong family tie to the family. He believed that you take care of family, and so we used to take care of drunks coming there. And they drank too much, you know, and
Merchant Marines.
he still go down. He used to go down in San Francisco and go find them. They call him and say, "Hey, Green, you know, can we come stay at your house? You're lost." And, so he said, "Okay." And when they come up to the house and get to the house, they would he'd put them up. We ended up putting some of them up for 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah, but he didn't go about it like it was a big chore. He just took that thing as a matter of fact. That's what you do.
Well, now let's move on to you guys.
Right?
We know where you were born.
Yeah.
Tell me about some of your favorite childhood memories. Childhood memories, things that you did, fun trips that you took.
Yeah.
We'd go to Utah quite often on vacation. See the grandparents.
In covered wagon or
Model T Ford.
Model T.
Yeah.
Did you like those trips and why?
Very nice. Yeah, I like to see my grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of cousins. I have a lot of fun.
What about you, Grandpa? You grew up in Hawaii.
Well, but I grew up in Hawaii, but only until I was 6. And then when I was 6, we left for the States, the mainland here, and by ship, and came to live in San Francisco. And adventures. As I was growing up, we didn't try. Well, yes, we did too. My dad let us take trips, not big long trips, but like 1-day trips or 2-day trips. He take you to go to the country, and I always wanted to move to the country. You know, Walnut Creek, something like that. He never got there. He got to move to. He finally ended up in Rio Vista, which is in the country. But some of his favorite things. I'll tell you.
Love to fish.
Huh?
We love to fish.
Yeah. He's just about me now.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't that rich, right?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have that much money. But some of the things that I used to enjoy doing, and now I think about something very reminds me now when I think of Emerson. When I think of Emerson and see what Emerson likes to do, what Emerson likes to do.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm telling you that, I can see things I used to do. I can see things that would blow your mind. If my mother saw me do them, She saw some of them, but if she saw them go, she would panic. So we didn't go many places, okay? But we had a hobby. We had a hobby that was so much fun. I can't believe it. I can't believe the kids today don't enjoy that much. And what it was is when when a house is all framed up, and even before the patio was on the outside, but then the house was all framed up, and all framed to the roof and everything else. Well, when we got up to a stage like that, we kids in San Francisco would play tag. And when you play tag there, you couldn't step on any of the floors or ceilings. If you want to go from there to here, you have to walk along the bottom plates, the bottom plates. Walk along the bottom plates, and when you get to a brace, you have the braces to say a story.
Sure, yeah.
And I have to tell you, it was a blast. And I know that I would never even tell. I never showed it to them. I don't think I ever showed that to Emerson. I was just telling him about it. I wouldn't tell Emerson about that because, as far as I know, he hadn't done it yet. But he would love it.
Yeah, he would.
I tell you. And if you could watch this play up there, you would say, yeah, that's a real adventure, all right. It is. Because we used to go. Man, we chase each other, go up the races, diagonal brace like that.
Yeah.
And the way you went down, the way you got from there was, you got to a wall, right? And you stepped on the plates. The 2x4s, the bottom plates for the wall.
Yeah.
That's how you went down. So you with hand like that, hand by hand, down the studs, going on those wall plates. And I have to tell you, that was, man. What I think about that, we had a ball. That was a ball. Especially in San Francisco, some of those houses sometimes were being built for people with quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
And they're
big houses.
They're big houses. They were big houses. You climb on those things. And the wildest thing I ever did, the wildest thing I ever did, in that respect, was climbing up a wall. And we got to the top of the wall, and there was a brace that came from the PG&E. A cable, a wire. You see how they had the wire.
Yeah.
The cables holding the pole up straight. I was on the second story of a house, and he came down like this, and above that was a cable. Up to the very top of the wall, up to the next floor, the next ground level. And I jumped. And I'm trying to think to tell you how far I jumped. But I hear this kid, he's got me trapped. He's going to tag me. I'm going to be it. So with me thinking, I'm going to be it. Now I'm only about 12. Yeah. And I thought, I'm going to be out. He came. It's scary later on because if you get into one of those with a broken thread in that
Get electrocuted.
wiring, it would hurt you. Anyway, I've already made a short story long, but I jumped, and that was the farthest I'd ever jumped or reached out and grabbed for, being in a dangerous position. When I went there later on, I went there to show her one time, and she probably didn't even remember it. But I showed her, see right there? Really? See that wire right there? Way up, you see that? Yeah. You see the house over here? Quite a bit of space between there. Well, I got up there, and I wouldn't look like he tagged me. And I jumped out there like Tarzan right there. And I jumped and caught that wire with my bare hands. And I said, I can't believe that I did that. I cannot believe that I did that. Anyway, so those kind of things. And what else? That.
What were some traditions that your families had? Did you have any traditions that you would?
Whenever my relatives came from Utah, we would take them out to the beach, the Pacific Ocean. Go to the beach, and then we go to Golden Gate Park.
Yeah.
You know, in those days there was no Golden Gate Bridge. There was no Bay Bridge.
Really?
So when you went from San Francisco to Oakland, for instance, you would go on a ferry, and the car and the passengers would be on the ferry, which was that was really neat. You know, go with your car.
That was pretty fun.
That's fun.
Was that a yearly thing? Did they come every year, or was it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My grandpa worked for the railroad, and at that time, he was still working for the railroad. But even in later years, when he retired, they could just jump on a train and go anywhere for nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, they used to come every year. See, my mother was the only one that lived out of Utah. I guess Wanda lived in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Yeah, but most of her family lived right there in Utah.
But you know what about that ferry building? I saw an advertisement about it in the newspaper about a month ago, 2 months ago. And I said to Beverly, "Hey, this thing. They still run a ferry boat, you know. San Francisco down the ferry building, right across the bay, and you can have lunch on there if you want. They have various music you can buy. They have a lot of foods to buy stuff. So I told her, I said, first of all, we're going to go see what it looks like ourselves. But I thought, you know what? That would be an interesting place to take someone to see that ferry building. There's a lot of history on the wall, a lot of stuff. We're going to start doing that. Sorry about that.
What was your home life like growing up?
What was the what?
What was your home life like?
Life?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we had a stay-at-home mom. She did a lot of baking. She kept the house real clean. She sewed.
Did you sew and bake with her?
A little. Not much. Not until I was older. And yeah, she taught us how to cook, and my sister and I, and how to sew, and how to knit. How to quilt.
Sorry.
We always had a garden.
Garden?
We raised pigeons and chickens.
What about music? Did your parents play? Well, your dad played trombone. Did you guys have music in the house a lot? Or I know you had an organ.
All three of us played the piano.
Yeah.
And we did tap dancing. My mother would make our costumes.
What about you, Grandpa?
I'm trying to tradition you about, right?
Yep. Oh no, your home life.
Oh yeah, okay. Home life. Actually, probably kind of like an average home life. I'm trying to think, you know.
Was your dad gone a lot, or?
My dad. When I was living at home, he was at home quite a bit during the evenings. He worked day shift. Night. He worked night. No, worked day shift. Then when I left there and went to work, went down the peninsula, my dad started working at nights. So he was working late at night. And my home life was sometimes it was funny. It was fun. It was enjoyable. Other times it was a little chaotic, a little some strife. Okay, some strife in there.
Mm-hmm.
Strife was caused by too much alcohol. My dad drank too much alcohol, and that would cause strife. because we caused strife between my dad and my mother. And you can tell.
Speaking of strife,
Huh? Yeah.
that's Wrigley. She's not too happy.
No, but I tell you what, you kids are unbelievable lucky, you know that you didn't have a strife of alcoholism. It's a terrible thing. Alcoholism is a terrible thing for little kids especially.
Mm-hmm.
My father hit my mother with a paintbrush with that. You know, 4-inch paintbrush with a lot of paint in it, you know? And they were arguing. About something, who knows what. Anyway, he told my mother to shut up, and she kept going. And then he just reached up. Us kids, 3 kids, 2 sisters and myself, we were hiding down the hall, you know, scared to death.
Mm-hmm.
We were scared to death. We were only, how do you say? I was probably 5, 6.
And you still remember that?
Huh?
And you still remember that?
And he reached up, he told her that, and he reached up, reached up to the side of the paintbrush. Big paintbrush. Back. Smacked her on the side of the face with paint all over her hair and messy like that.
Mm.
And you know, I had at that time, at that very moment, I had some very negative feelings about my dad. And then what happened also was I got a few beatings a few times. So when he hit my mother in the face, and I saw the pain it caused her, you know, and the fear it caused her, it was something that I never got over.
Mm-hmm.
I never got over it. I remember that. I remember that fear of my father, as bright as that bulb, right in my face. The fear of it. But anyway.
But you forgave him.
Huh?
But you forgave him.
Yeah. But anyway, other times we had some good times. We used to enjoy too going on these rides up at days. You want to go. You want to take on rides and go out in the country and then pick fruit and wander around through the orchards and stuff like that. And those are fun. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Our most tranquil and enjoyable times we're going to see something. To see some of the canneries they had going, and enjoying fruits out there, pick fruit, eat fruit, and I enjoyed it. It built in me a pleasure of country orchards.
Yeah. Well, we hear my dad in there. Let's move on to sports or hobbies. What hobbies did you guys have growing up in high school and, you know, just kind of as you got a little older? What activities were you involved in?
I love to type. I learned how to type in high school. And I did a little typing as a dental assistant, but not much. And so basically, you know, typing was pretty much a hobby.
Yeah.
And I loved art. I took art classes in high school.
Like painting, like oil painting or sculpting or?
All kinds of art. We did stenciling and silk screening. We even had silk screening, bunch of silk screening tools. Remember? We did Christmas cards one year.
Yeah.
I taught it at girls' camp, crafts and stuff like that. All kinds of crafts. It's just like, you know, now for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite thing to do is to make something for family members. And there are many of them now, so it's kind of hard for me to make something for everyone. But I
Yeah.
managed to make something for someone every Christmas. That's just part of Christmas to me. That's just fun.
That beautiful rooster quilt we just got. She
That
loves
was
that
so
thing.
fun to make.
She loves that.
My sister sent me the fabric for the rooster's tail.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
But you did
It really is.
quilt, though.
So
She did quilt. Yeah.
You mentioned you did tap as well. Did you do a lot of dancing, or? Did you do a lot of dancing, Grandma?
so I,
You said you used to do tap and like piano and stuff.
well, we used to have to perform during World War II. The lady I was taking tap dancing from, she had quite a lot of students, and we used to go to the hospitals, the veteran hospitals, and places where they had servicemen, and we put on a show for them. But once I got to late grammar school, 7th or 8th grade, I stopped taking it. It was no longer that much fun.
Yeah.
I moved on to other things.
What about you, Grandpa?
Actually, I'm like you guys, like your family. I love sports. As a kid grew up. I love sports. And we were playing sports by the seasons, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But before I even got old enough to get in school sports, you know, we were young kids. They didn't have sports as organized as they have now.
Yeah.
I think the first time we got into organized sport was baseball. One season in baseball. And the rest of the time, we have pick up games, pick up sports, pick up activities. And then when they started organizing, I mean, participate with those. But I love sport. And I just love it.
Any sport in particular? What was your best sport?
Who's the best sport? I'd say probably baseball.
Baseball.
Baseball. And
What position did you play?
the catcher in center field.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. Baseball was a lot of fun. Oh, you had me coughing, did you?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Be truthful. Sorry, I didn't do that.
No, it's fine.
You know how coffee is. When cough starts all the way up, it's going to come.
Well, once you start, if you're talking for a long time, sometimes your voice just
Yeah,
dries out. I've heard rumors that you're quite the football player as well. Is this true?
We have movies of him playing football, but we don't know who he is, which one he is.
it was, I don't know about famous. I don't know about famous, you know.
We're very famous.
Yeah. What happened? Well, okay. Yeah, I enjoyed football. Actually, when I first started playing football, until I would have to do other things, you know. That conflicted with football practice, which was a mistake in one way, but it was motorcycle riding.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I first got a chance to ride a motorcycle, that was my sport.
Yeah.
That was my sport. That was my spare time. I just loved it. There was a sensation about it. And I mean, even today, when I go in that garage and see that your dad's motorcycle there, oh shit! I feel about this way. It's too bad now with Parkinson's, you know.
Mm.
I probably wouldn't. It wouldn't be smart for me to ride a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And but it'd be great if I stay in shape and ride a motorcycle with your dad.
Mm.
Shoot, I'd be out there all the time, spare time.
Mm.
But anyway, I played football. Excuse me. And I did something that was foolish of me. When I played in sports, in football, that's right. I forgot about the fact that I played center. Played center. No. I was playing when I played baseball, softball. I played center.
You said that.
I know that. But when I was playing football, I was fullback and played two ways.
Mm-hmm.
I was fullback and linebacker. And one of the things that turned out was I had a really super arm.
Mm-hmm.
I could grow a football or baseball a long way, way up. And what happened there was in church league ball. We started church league. Just barely started. And we had a game coming in the afternoon late. And I'd be late getting there. So I got there late. The game had already started. We're on the field. My friend said, "Man, Mark, I'm sorry I can't get here sooner." Come on. So no warm up, no nothing, right? Sat there in center field, the deepest position.
Mm-hmm.
And I hit a ball to center field. A low rider.
Mm-hmm.
I am running, and I knew that I said to myself, this guy's going to try it in center. He's going to try to break from home.
Mm-hmm.
So I just made up my mind that I was going to nail it with catching right from home. And I already had preconceived apprehensive. Anyway, so just what happened was, went down with the ball, and let fly. And 2 hours.
How old were you?
I was great then.
Yeah.
I was about 23, 24.
Yeah.
I lived that thing I still live a little bit with it, but I finally when I got my rotator cuff operated on me, that's part of the problem I had. But anyway, it was done like that. And I should have gone right away and got it fixed.
Yeah.
Rather than wait for months or years. It hurt me right because I could throw him, I could play it.
Yeah.
I could throw him ball spot.
Hmm.
So, but my main hobbies were motorcycle and
I think that helped me though. So I've heard that story before, and that stuck with me. So I never do any sports until I warmed up.
no kidding.
I always warm up good first.
Yeah.
I've had it a couple times where people like throw me the ball or something, and they're like way far away, and they're like throw it, and I say, no,
No
I just
way.
like walk it over to them, just toss it. Oh, hi man.
You leaving?
Chatty? I
Still
just got
chatting.
back.
She's got her Dr. Pepper.
Well, yeah, you see, Jared, you see what happened with me one time, right?
Yeah.
One time. You only threw the ball one time. Yeah, the one that ate my shoulder, you know.
Yeah.
That's the one time. Stupid.
Yeah. That's sad.
I tell you what, stupid because I backed away from a lot of sports then, and it would have been fun to be in sports till now, you know.
Yeah, neither of you ever went to college or were in the military, correct? As far as I know.
I went to some college.
Really?
Yeah, I
What
took an EMT course,
Really?
and I took dental assistant. I went to college for that assistant.
And you quit early? Did you quit early, or did you graduate, or you just took a couple classes?
Well, I took classes for the EMT course, but before that, right after high school, I went to work at the telephone company. And then after that, I took a course at the San Francisco Dental Nurses Association, the school up there, and graduated and became a dental assistant. And I worked as a dental assistant until Mike was born.
Did you ever
Then
have to
later
use
on,
your
I
medical
worked-
training?
Did I ever use my medical training?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on the Meta Vista Fire Department,
Really?
and I worked at the hospital.
Twice a year. All right. Now we get to you two. How did you two meet? Who introduced you guys? And what was your
My-
first date
My
like?
girlfriend.
Your
It's a
girlfriend?
blind date.
Blind date. And?
Usually blind dates do not end up well.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm blind in my left eye, so every date I've ever been on was a blind date. Ended up okay for me with Kasha.
You only need one eye for Kasha.
That's true. So what was your first date like?
It was okay. We went out to the beach, just a bunch of us.
Yeah.
My girlfriend met some guys, and then she found some girls to go out with them a couple of weeks later, I guess it was. So we ended up, the boys had come down from San Francisco, and we'd just be together at somebody's house or
Hmm.
do something.
And Grandpa, did you come down on your motorcycle?
Well, he didn't have one.
Oh, that's probably
But I did come down once or twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working as a dental assistant, and they come down Broadway, Burlingame. And it's upstairs where I work.
Uh-huh.
So his buddy says, "Hey, Bev!" And the doctor I was working for looked at me. Who was that? Certainly wasn't Marvin.
Wait a minute.
No, it was Joe.
Yeah.
Big mouth.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Anyway.
Were you pretty well known throughout the community because you were the mayor's daughter?
Well, yeah, I went to grammar school and high school there. So in our high school, there were 623 that graduated that year.
Wow, that's pretty big.
So that's
It's a huge
pretty,
class.
pretty
That's
good
pretty
sized
big.
class. The thing is, they were in the process of building 3 other high schools.
Yeah.
So we were the biggest class
Hmm.
to graduate from Sequoia. And this next year, 2011, will be our 60th high school graduation.
Wow.
60 years.
I just had my 10 year. It was
They're
great.
fun. I really enjoy it. I always get involved in high school reunions.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So what did you think the first time you saw Grandma, Grandpa?
The first time I
The first time you saw Grandma?
Oh, him. He's the all-American boy. He had a crew cut.
Yeah.
Good build.
my
But I didn't like any of his buddies. And when we were going to get married, I said, none of those guys, none of them, will be in our wedding party. Period. And they weren't.
and you know it's an interesting thing because
A bunch of hoods.
well they weren't hoods but
They were hoods.
well, maybe semi
Yeah.
but they you know they were goofed off and we rode bikes together but we didn't socialize other than that and when we got married I kind of separated myself from them, you know. Yeah, it was funny. Getting married, I realized, you know, took a long look at them and I thought to myself, you know, do I want all these guys hanging around my house? And I said, not really. You know, she started then, she ain't our friend. But anyway, that's not them, though. We're talking about Beverly. Okay. So the first glimpse I got of Beverly was when Carolyn, her friend, uh, knew myself and a guy named Pete, and so she got Carolyn got Beverly and said we need another date for the beach. Would you come to the beach party? It's not a big formal thing. It's just where we're going to as a group, go out to the beach and have hot dogs and stuff and have a good time. So Barry said, okay. So she went down.
First I said,
Huh? First she said, no, did you say no first?
yes.
No one told me that. Nobody told me that.
Then changed my mind.
But I have to think about where pictures are. Next time you go to the house, or sometime I'll send you a couple pictures. She was a beautiful girl.
She was.
You are. She were and you are. I mean, yes, your dad, you know. If, what does she look like in her physical appearance, you know?
Mm.
She was a beautiful lady, a beautiful gal. And the best looking person there, I mean, I looked like that. I looked down the driveway. And I thought, oh my gosh, look at that girl. Look at that girl that's
He knows how to
Carol's.
get what he wants.
Boy, she was a beautiful person. Yeah, that's all I tell you. Sometimes I show you pictures, and you look at me and say, do you call that beautiful or not? You will say, yes, I do.
Best part about Grandma, she's beautiful inside and out.
See what?
She's beautiful inside and out.
Yeah, she was neat.
All right, well, you got married pretty young, right? Grandma, you were what, 20?
I just turned 20.
Just turned 20. And Grandpa, you were
17.
17.
But you know what?
That always cracks me up.
In those days, it's interesting. That was not unusual. In fact,
It was unusual. If you got married and you were still in high school, see, he was still in high school.
Yeah.
You could not go to high school.
Really? You had to drop out?
Well, you dropped out, but I mean, you could have continued education,
Mm-hmm.
but you couldn't
Which
go
is- which
to
is- which is-
high school. You
Oh,
couldn't
okay.
go to classes like the rest of the kids.
But you know what's interesting? What was interesting is
We had to
that
get permission. We had to go to San Francisco to a judge
Yeah.
to get permission for this juvenile to get married.
here's the interesting thing. Here's the interesting thing. Of all of our friends that we knew and that Beverly knew and I knew, a combined friend, of all the friends that got married early like we did, all of them failed.
Yeah, one of them
Every marriage failed, and there's quite a few failures, and for a lot of them, not only did that marriage fail, right, but subsequent marriages failed. And there was one thing about it that was very helpful, I think, in my case. You asked about my dad. I forgot that very important point. Okay, my dad, in discussing marriage, discussing family and things like that, he was very rigid in describing marriage as a permanent joining of a husband and wife.
Mm-hmm.
And there was not even a thought. There was not even no thought at all about ever breaking up that marriage. And he was so adamant of that, you know, he really was. He said, "Boy, when you get married,
That's it.
yeah." And
Make it.
so I did have that still. I remember at a young age, saying, hey, you get married forever. I didn't know what at that time. I didn't know what wedding. I didn't know about
See, my folks were not
yes,
active in the
eternal
church,
marriage.
and I was
folks
not.
Well, all I knew was what
Nor
he
was
said. You get married once forever. So that helped. That helped.
So your parents had joined the church, but they weren't active.
Right.
And you were not even a member, correct?
That's right. I remember. Right.
So
Dad was
what got
only
you back into
3
the church?
Huh? Well,
He did.
here's the point. Grandma was a member of the church.
Mm-hmm.
Her parents were members of the church. Long history of church activity.
Out of 11 children, my mother was the only child in her family that did not get married in temple.
Really?
Now she is now.
Mm-hmm.
We've had all their temple work done.
Of course.
So what happened? When we got married and we moved to a little town called San Carlos. And San Carlos is south of San Francisco, about 22 miles. And there was missionaries. Well, first of all, somebody, you don't know who, some ward clerks are very very good at looking at people, following things up, following out names.
Well, they probably want to know where I was because I had got
Yeah.
married.
So what happened was we got assigned. Pam and I got assigned to a home teacher. They were called word teachers in those days. They started coming. They knocked on the door. They started wanting to know if they could come and visit us. And we said, well, sure, why not? So he used to come and visit. Oh man. I smoked. I drank. I cussed a little bit.
No.
Not too much. I wasn't too much. Not too much. Anyway, so we started having them come and visit us. Over a period of time, we got to know the hip. I didn't know it at the time, but later on, when I joined the church and knowing the programs of the church, I began to realize that they kept reassigning people. I knew that it was happening afterwards. They'd vote. They'd say, "Well, okay, board council meeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Greens there, we're not doing much good. Who else can we use to send down there? You know." I just saw it. I just saw these bishoprics decided idiots trying another pair, right? Let's try some other new pair of home teachers. Anyway, they were coming pretty regular, and I offered serious. Dumb. I didn't know the teachers of the church at that time, the principals. Anyway, so what happened was one night, a fellow by the name of John Toro was home teaching us. And I happened to pick that night to say to him, you know, the trouble with your situation, for you fellows here, is that you were born in a church and you visit back and forth and you don't go to other churches. You don't know any other church but your own. And when I said that, he said, John Toro said, "Oh, wait a minute, Marvin. I investigated a lot of churches before I joined the Mormon church. A lot of churches. And that stirred a little more interest in my head, you know. And then a little while later after that, he was talking one night about welfare,
Canning.
about the benefits of doing welfare work. And I said to him, you mean to tell me that all these members of the church do all this work for nothing? They just go, come to, how are you doing? And I said, I can't imagine people just doing that out of the goodness of their heart.
I'd have to see that to believe it.
Well, he said, we happen to have a Ward County assignment next Wednesday night. I won't try to do that one. I won't try to do that. Okay, so guess what happened? Huh? So what happened was, I went that Wednesday night. I had a great time. I was a pretty good worker. I wasn't afraid of work.
Because you were used to being active and like going out with your dad and your family. You guys went out and like did stuff and activities and
Yeah.
Built cabins.
yeah. So I'm sure you liked going out and being among people and doing
it
canning kind of stuff.
I did. We really did. I mean, we're working with people, right in line with, like camera, you're working right close to people like this, Anyway, and plus they're all the time they're shucking along, talking to each other, how's things, how's the family doing, back and forth. And it's a positive, it's a positive influence. Anyway, so that night, I told Beverly, I said, boy, that was fun. I enjoyed doing that. And so, there came a time very shortly thereafter when John Toro, what happened that time? Oh, did I see something? Did I jump? Welfare. I think what was this? Oh my gosh, that'd be hidden back there. Anyway,
Well, he asked if you wanted to have the missionary lessons.
I guess I
think.
well, what was they going with them first?
Come to church.
Come to church?
Yeah.
They taught me to come in the priesthood. Okay? They taught me to come in the priesthood. I said, okay, I'll come. So in those days, you went to priesthood in the morning, and you went to Sunday school in the sacrament in the afternoon, right? That's how I used to do it. So anyway, he came. John Toro came to the ward, and not John Toro. I came. I went to the ward, and I really enjoyed it. And I came home that day, and I told my wife, I said, I don't know what those people have, but whatever they have, I want it. Whatever they have, I want it. So they asked if they send the missionaries, and I said yes, come on. And it was a missionary discussion. The first one was long discussion, boy. Boy, Joseph, man, what? What, Jesse, you telling me that what? Joseph Smith talk to God? Yeah, I bet. I was listening, but not horribly bad, And I tell you when did it change? When the real change came right then was when I at the end of the second lesson was the Book of Mormon, right? In the second lesson, he talked about the Book of Mormon.
Uh-huh.
And when he talked about the Book of Mormon, and we read parts of it, and then when they were going to close that night, they were going to close and go home. Bud Gentry, he was my missionary. He said, I'm gonna have you pray, Billy Green. I said, I don't know how to pray. He said, I'll teach you how. Okay. Yeah, I was really skeptic, So anyway, right then, in that prayer, as we were having that prayer, the witness bore to faith to me that it was true. What they were talking about was true. So I went down, I said the prayer, and while saying that prayer, that's what I got. I gained a sweet feeling that was true. And when I came up out of that prayer, I said, man, oh man, that was really something, And so they came out and let me think just for a minute now.
Sit up, huh? You fall asleep.
No, not fall asleep. No. Anyway, when we came up, I said,
Oh, are you kidding me?
we bid the missionary goodbye. Good night, elder sister Gentry. They left, and I turned around to Beverly, and I said, "You know what, Beverly?" I said, "What they talking about? It's true. It's true." She said, "How do you know that?" I said, "I don't know how I know it, but I know it." So what happened was it just couldn't be. Not that it couldn't be true or nothing. How about that? But agreed. But then you're part of it wasn't at all. It was just suddenly something that I knew.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm sure it happens to missionaries all the time, and it may different levels. You know, mine happened to be that night that we had that second discussion, and all it said to me was, "It didn't say anything to me. It didn't say anything to me. It was something that I suddenly knew for my own."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Oh boy, well, the rest
Now
of
what
the,
do we do about this?
yeah. The rest of the discussion went a lot smoother because I gave that testimony. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I literally on my knees essentially developed the knowledge that it was true. Well, once you do that, I realized you aren't doing the rest is easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really mean it facetiously, but right after that, you have to battle is licked, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's how it was. And a short time later, I was baptized. And grandma started coming to church. Because she didn't come to church with me when I was first baptized.
So you're telling me the whole reason I'm here and active and went on a mission and got sealed in the temple was because of home teachers?
You see,
Wow. I had no idea.
Oh, yeah.
I'd never heard that.
Yeah.
There's a testimony builder and home
It
teaching.
was,
Yeah.
it was sad in a way because my folks never really got active.
Mm-hmm.
They would come to the blessing of our children. They'd come to the baptism. And my dad did not come to church, or he figured as long as he gave the church an organ or something like that of value,
Lumber.
that was his tithing.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't understand the principle of tithing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't even think they bothered to ask for a temple recommend, knowing that we were going to the temple. They did not.
Mm.
It was really kind of sad that they just never wanted to be active.
Yeah, just from what I've heard from my great grandpa Cecil, which is my middle name, proudly. Mm-hmm. But he was the go-getter. I could have seen him as a stake president type, a real smart, get it done kind of guy. But
like for example, her dad would do a good job on.
I mean, he supplied all the cabinet
Masonic,
all the frames and doors and that for the church when it was built in Redwood City. And
I didn't know that.
Grandpa would deliver all that stuff.
Yeah.
And he would sorry to say something I thought that he would do. Anyway,
Let him borrow trucks.
When they were building the temple, the ward building, the ward that I went into, we went to in San Carlos and started to go there. That was the last. That was one of the last. It may have been not one of them. It may have been the last church built by members, in spare time.
Yeah.
And we had contractors in the ward, and they kind of oversaw, the work. But
and a nice job. The chapel was built with a beautiful job. These contractors were very good. Yeah. But even as it may, they didn't build any more, and we didn't even know of or hear of any more chapels being built. It was right there when they made the switch.
Yeah. So speaking of contracting, what exactly did you do for a living, Grandpa? What were your jobs growing up supporting the family?
Worked for Richfield. I got married.
Yeah, I worked at for a while with the Standard Stations Incorporated, Standard Station Incorporated, in their Chevron station. I worked as a carpenter and I worked as a cabinet maker. And then that progressed on. I became a building inspector, and I became a senior building inspector, and then I became a retiree.
I became a district commissioner.
Well, that's
Boy
guy.
Scouts on there. We were on the every board for Boys Camp. For
Yeah,
war.
those were busy jobs.
Champion kayak
They were busy
maker.
jobs.
Made kayaks?
Huh?
Your dad has had a kayak. He
Really?
built two of them
I didn't
and
know
sold them.
They sold. The rich got the kind of rigid kayaks that are really sleek.
Yeah.
You know, and they're really, now they're making really short, really short for here.
No,
Yeah,
I
well.
don't think we have any pictures of those
But
kayaks.
anyway, we built really sleek fiberglass and kayaks. Rubber rings to heat the water out of the kayaks. Very nice kayak. We built we built 15. We built 15 kayaks in 22 weekends.
Wow.
That was at that time a job, like a paid job, you know.
Yeah.
It was hard. Worked hard.
So it seems like you had a lot of more kind of building, hands-on kind of jobs. What is it you like about those kind of jobs? As opposed to like my dad, an accountant, kind of desk jockey,
As opposed to what?
who was just an
Office work.
accountant. Seems like you had more kind of working with your hands, building kind of jobs.
Yeah.
What is it you liked about those jobs?
The product that he has built. I did like the house, you know.
Mhm.
Their house, the product that he has built and completed. And it was amazing. I think I enjoyed working outdoors. I enjoyed doing just the kind of work that we did. Dealing with materials, enjoying, and could be. When you did that kind of a job, you had a mixture of chores to do, a mixture of challenges to do, and you would add those things to the building project, to the plans, and to like this house, not this house, but our house. We built the dome, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I took the job from the design. Actually, I saw a picture of one, so I designed one. I designed the plan. I drew the plan out. I got the material and information I needed. Putting these triangles together is really tricky, you know.
Yeah.
Putting them together is no simple matter. It's complex. But I enjoyed it. We did it. We put all 66. There's 66 triangles. 33 on one side and 33 on the other. They're in this building, you know, the dome.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think that's why you work with plans, you work with your hands, you work with other people in a building chore, and when it's done, you can look at it and say, "Yeah, that's done. That's pretty good."
What it's getting late, a couple more and we're out of here, but what well, let me go with this one first. What's been some of the harder things you've had to go through? Some of your trials you've had to go through, and what did you learn from it?
Moving away from your family up to the country.
Mm.
We didn't know anybody up there.
Was it a lot less
It's very
people
hard.
there?
It's very hard. We bought a piece of property, found out later that there was no water hooked up to it. We had no water.
Wow.
So we borrowed water from the next door neighbors from their garden hose until we were able to get that part of the deal settled. And got water.
We learned from that, you know.
And there were just people that really didn't work with us, honestly.
Mm.
So we had a lot of trials. We couldn't sell our house in San Carlos.
Mm.
And we had to sell our house to buy
Sure.
a new property.
Yeah.
We built a house on that first piece of property and then sold it. Mike decided he wanted to go on a mission. So we sold the property and the house so he could go on a mission, and we bought a piece of property, and it wasn't for a while before we moved into that.
And you know, you learn from experience of dealing with people.
Living
Yeah.
in a mobile home for 7 years was not fun. Not fun.
Oh, wow.
And yet you know the well you don't know Gene and Clyde Pelton. They shipping. They lived in a trailer for 8 years, 25 foot. We had a 55 foot. They had a 25 foot.
They had no children. We had 4.
We learned
Two bedrooms.
It's like what?
we learned how to negotiate with people. We learned from experience that if you approach people properly, you know, with goodwill, you can accomplish something. The same guy that couldn't get water, we his first lot we couldn't get water in there because why? Because the real estate guy plus the owner of the property we wanted to buy went over there and got nasty about it, you know, and made comments like, "Well, you can't make something with the water pipe through the property." And the guy said, "I can't." We'll see. We'll see. Once the owner of the property that we wanted to buy told us what was going on there, we said, "Hey, give us a crack at it." So we went over there, knocked on the door, talked to the guy, gave him a welcoming greeting, and told him our experience. We appreciated his, and told him that we understood why he got mad, but maybe he could understand our situation. He needed a place to live. You know what? I said, sure. He said, give me, I gave him $100. Yeah, I don't want to. We learned a very good lesson on how you deal with people, you know.
Yeah.
With love and friendship. It'll work every time.
What's been the most rewarding part of marriage?
Seeing all of our children grow in the gospel, get an education, and marry the right person.
Yeah, I agree. You know,
that means a lot.
We kind of,
It does.
we didn't go to college, right?
I did.
She did. I didn't go to college. I went to trade school instead. And but these kids never ever got a if you go to college comment. If you go to college, you do this. If you go to college, you do that. I mean, well, as a result of our positive attitude about it, everyone went to college. And Mike, one time, I'll give you an example. One time, Mike and I were talking, and Mike knows he knows a kid by the name of Jimmy Rao.
Mm-hmm.
They grew up together. Me and we were working on Mike's car in the backyard. We were working on this thing, and he said, he was telling me, he said, you know, Dad, Jimmy and I want to go in together and open a garage, a gas station, and mechanic and fix cars. So we talked a long time, and I said, you know, Mike, I said, that's a noble ambition, without a doubt, a noble ambition. I said, I'll tell you one thing right now. Your chances of success will be better no matter what you feel you go to, no matter where you go. Your success should be better if you went to college. All the work in college that you need to do to get a degree. You'll learn a lot more about life itself. And then I opened the door. I said, you get ushered in to college. And then, I tell you what, if you do that, you go study, get your degree. Then we'll help pay the way when you get to go to the garage. We will help you open your garage if you will. Words to that effect. Maybe not exactly that way.
Mm-hmm.
But close. That was the meaning of it. The meaning was to all our kids, hey, go to college, get your degree, then go do what you want. But then you always have to fall back on you.
Yeah.
And they did. Except Lisa. Well, here she went. She'll get there one day. She's talking right now about wanting to get back there soon.
Well, she is. She's working on it.
And I hate to use pride as a tap that said don't do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's I won't use it, but Emily and I both, Grandma and I both have a very satisfying feeling about that, because we knew we probably should have ours. We always had 2 or 3 kids come along, 2 or 3 kids come along. But anyway, besides that, we feel very strongly about that. I do, and I know Grandma does. Very strongly about the fact that we encourage these kids to go to college all the way, and they all got here. And now all the grandkids are getting there. And we'll start making bump inside and make room for great grandmas. We're very happy about that. We're proud about that.
Yeah, growing up, I always noticed that example, and
yeah,
it's kind of a legacy you live up to. And my dad went to college, my mom went to college, all my uncles and aunts went to college. So,
sure.
Like you said, it's just kind of ingrained in my. I always just figured I would go to college. It started with me and Josh and Rachel and Kasha and Jacob and Michaela and Becca and Davis and Derek, and everyone's going. So that's a legacy I think you guys have helped push.
Yeah, and you said it exactly so. Look at the example. Look at the example. Everybody around has talked to kids about it. I've talked to them strongly about and I've used you as an example. And, because you went in, you went to seminary, you went to seminary, you got your Eagle Award, you're on a mission. That's a dynamite, absolute dynamite team accomplishment. Okay? So we started talking to the other kids when they were little twerps, well, to understand, but I know the parents. I give the parents all the credit. So the only thing I'm saying when we've talked to them is we've always cheered them on from the sideline. We've always cheered them on. We're quite proud of that. We're quite proud of that,
We know that not all of our family will really. I mean, I'm surprised that Kurt's joined in with his boys to be involved in scouting, because Kurt did not like scouting at all.
He got his son almost the Eagles. I love that.
So Atherton is bound to determine he's going to be the youngest in the family to ever get Eagle.
Yeah.
It's pretty close.
It's doable.
Well, think about that. Think about that. Here was a kid who talked about scouting stinks, you know. He didn't want to mess with that. But yeah, as he worked through the ranks and saw you guys, and we made big deals out of it. You know, when you guys got your Eagles and your Court of Honor, the Eagles and you understand? That's it, right? When we talked about that, those kids pretty soon just said, it just suddenly became instilled in their psyche. All of a sudden, that's what they want to do, you know? It just suddenly became important. Gosh, I think that thrills me, you know?
Yeah.
It thrills me because it thrills me like grandma too, but it thrills me because
Look at this guy.
How you guys doing?
hey, how you doing?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Look great.
Good to see you. Is it's probably down, huh? The new one?
No, it's partying in here. Although I had you to blame because I tried to follow in your marathon footsteps and screwed over my knee.
I have to shorten this up because I'm getting tired. Not even
You got two?
Last thing. I just wanted you guys to share your testimonies with me and how the gospel has helped you in your life as a final part.
Well, the final part.
families are forever.
Family life forever.
Yeah. I think I've always known that church was true, but not having active parents, they would drop us off at school, at Sunday school, and then come back and pick us up when it's over. And it's not quite the same, you just don't have it. We never had a blessing on the food until Grandma and Grandpa came. Then, of course, we had to have it. But, so it was not something that was part of our family life. And I think you just have to go it alone. You have to observe other families that are active, and little by little you gain testimony. You have to live the principles of the gospel, and then it will be a natural thing to have a testimony. I don't see how anybody can doubt the church is true if they studied it as missionaries advise and live it. It is true. It's a real blessing to our family. Each family, it's been a blessing.
It's been, it's been a blessing for I think, as Richie said, it's been a blessing. And the church provides so many. It's just by people who live their lives, The church provides so much help and so much
Guidance and
guidance
direction.
in the right direction.
Yeah.
And one of the things some of the things that really impresses me is the way the gospel is, the way the church is. We really help each other like crazy. Like crazy. Like for example, I'm grateful for the testimony that we have, our family has, that all my children have. I'm grateful that they've had testimony born to them, right? And you know what I'm thankful for? We got kids that are, especially when going away to college, going away working. So here we have our children. Where are they? Halfway across this country, and halfway across the country, and someone over there, I get emotional. Sorry. Someone over there is bearing testimony to my kids and grandkids, and helping to guide them, They teach them. They work hard, you know. Your children, by the nature of our system, you go away and do things. You go away to on missions. You go away to go to college. You go away to work and so forth. And the Lord has done. I know we get learn best by following the promise to the Holy Spirit and the gospel. But all that comes still, some of that comes through those people. And what happens? Those people, they take their children, they come out, they move up here. Now we're up here doing what we can to help their children become strong in the gospel.
That's the way it works.
And I appreciate that. It's a mutual help thing that is beautiful. And I have a testimony of the prophet. I know we're led by a prophet today. And if, things I look at the church, the wards, the state, and realize here these brothers and sisters are who have lived lives that allow them to gain strong testimony and knowledge. And now they're out there sharing for all of us. That means a lot to me. And I know what their stand is true. And so it's easy to follow, you know. It's not easy, it's not really easy to always do the gospel. But we can follow those apostles and prophets and gain testimony.
Well, thanks so much for doing this. I mean, you guys have always left a legacy of faith, and it's made it easy for us grandkids to follow. I mean,
Yeah.
you have these two rocks at the top, and then you just see how life's supposed to be. I mean, it makes it easier. So I know the testimony is true. We're going to teach it to our kids, and hopefully just keep it going as much as we can. But
Yeah.
I love you guys, and thanks for doing this.
Oh, we love you too.
Yeah, we love you too.
You're so fun.
Do 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 do.